right here we've got Lucky with the Julies. Good spawn can get him on hard early. Actually over towards ramp with quite a heavy lean from Entropiq here. Unexpert odds are favouring the Danes, and that's a P250 in the hands of Blame as they corral themselves towards Yard with all 5.
Yeah, Nickelback should be set to at least get this information at a distance. Blame F has had a little chunk taken out of him upon his cross, and Elian will finish what was started. But look at this, hiding in the blind spot of Unbreakable. They want to take the fight. Yard against USPs with Glocks, and it needs to be a kill. Config not as sharp as usual on that exchange. Leaves us in a 3v3, and it's not done yet. Forrester can take 2 and has, and the third, too much to ask. Zipex thrust into what is now a 1v2.
Okay, we've got Lucky down towards B and up in the rafters still of Krad. Zipex needs to piece this one together, and he's always tidy in the clutch as the clutch minister, but this one right here with Bomb on his back, a minute on the clock, is a situation where he wants to isolate a fighter, at least get some information on where these last 2 reside.
Yeah, ideally no sound cues to be made. Now you can see Krad's playing a reactive position. He wants to occasionally take intermittent glances at that heaven position, which
could be perfect here.
Coming up. It's just a question of catching Krad.
Timing is everything.
Has to be good, has to be good, and it's a little bit of a weapon discrepancy. A hell of a lot of damage from that burn.
This is being hurt. Nickelback was very noisy about that.
Yeah, but he's going to just take the fight and immediately go down. Nickelback left looking a bit of a plum. Oh, hello, Config, a freebie, no trade available. Just like that, a 2-man advantage for Astralis. They haven't even gone anywhere near a site.
It's going to be hard to mess this one up, isn't it? You can go down Secret here with the bomb as a pack. You have a little bit of light utility on Zipex, who is over towards Secret. They can smoke Molly and go.
Blame knows that lobby control is going to be a viable option here for Entropiq in the face of their losses. But just as I'm saying that, it seems a conversation's been had to just batten down the hatches on top, execute.
They got the boost up ladder here, right? If you get Forrester boosted up on the rafters, at least he can take a pivot towards Yard from an advantage point. But as this is happening, they are starting to crawl on down. They're waiting for that aggro that you've highlighted here. Nothing is coming their way just yet, and sooner rather than later, they will need to have a look in. And who better to do it than the in-game leader of Glaive? You could see they're starting to lead the charge down in towards the lower bomb site. If they take window control, that utility of Zip can easily cotton off towards ramp. You get a Molly on one side, a smoke on the other, and Elian won't be able to do anything.
Yeah, well, Smoke has not stopped it, and the nade is perfect. Catch it. Double. Glaive down as well. That hard work of Nickelback comes back to haunt Glaive, and suddenly a competitive round takes shape. Elian. I mean, it's threatening.
They're all coming from ramp. The entire retake here is
You'd need Config to die. Oh my god, he actually catches a scout bullet. The Julies are threatening now. Config has to be humbled. Good counter. Nades are good. Elian continues to build upon it. Up to Farley now. Commits to the spray. Vulnerable, but does transfer. And now Elian has to finish the job. Bomb out Yard on its own. No, I'm telling Porky's Glaive jumps straight in and deletes Nickelback. So, again, an opening death for him. Elian is going to be called upon with this AWP. Config is on main. This drop, that flash indicates as such. He is aware that that is a slip available, and there's 2 of them. Oh, easy as it comes for Config. The presence of Glaive draws the crosshair, and again, a 2-man disadvantage for Entropiq.
Looking like they want to go for the same boost up towards the heaven position again right now. Lackey is over towards Hell. You've got Glaive trying to be that thorn in their side over towards the window room, just patrolling for any of these rotations. If Glaive gets another here, you should call this round done.
Yeah, and I mean, how likely is it that Lackey just takes a little glance, calls it clear, both of them find themselves here in heaven?
This is a lot of hitting the brakes from Astralis. 2 rounds consecutively now. The openers have come their way, both in pairs. Here it is, the search back from Forrester, and doesn't see a whole lot. 50 seconds. And here he comes.
Yeah, they've held everything. He's paused enough for them to call it clear, and now he's going to strike from behind. He's definitely looking like somewhat of a puppet master, is Glaive.
There's no head armor on any of these 3, so he could just mince through them here.
No, thank you very much. Flash will do nicely. He's definitely drawing attention.
That is where 1 is. 30 seconds now. They need to get a move on. Get together, Astralis.
Oh, hello. Little slow on that one. Lackey still has heaven control. Astralis descending. He's kept them on that top side. There is absolutely no one home, and Blame has that vent rotate. You will not pass as he slams his staff, and a save for Entropiq.
Make some contact and try and drop down that vent here if you can. Molly's going to give it away.
3 flashes. You know where they're coming. Information and frags exchanged. It's so close.
Low HP here.
So low. Krad can finish it all, and he's taken down the healthiest. That'll do nicely.
Brandon.
What time's your train?
Hey.
Config. Brave. Aggressive. Back turned, and Forrester, just like that, has taken down 2 of the Danes. Glaive and Config have to watch as this one does spiral. Blame does give a sound cue away, deliberate or otherwise. Farley responsible for this duel. It can end here, but it doesn't. Lackey does lack the headshot, leads us to a ramp open. Nickelback forced into a tight line. Blame is not going to clear this. Is he? No. And so, the advantage, once again, this pendulum swings and the bomb still lobby. Zipex can go wherever he desires. They're actually opting to split up as opposed to group up for a 2v3.
I know Farley was in lobby here, right? So if Zip was able to show himself with the bomb and not go down, it might draw all the attention because Farley has plenty of time to work on this flank. But the angles might not favor him as Forrester tucking back in towards the bomb box and Elian in towards the CT vent.
How flanky is this flank? With 50 seconds, he could consider it, but he's in main.
It's so difficult for him to break this, right? There's so many problems as you come in here. You have to worry about Heaven, the CT vent is a problem. Well placed.
Dead, surely. Oh, Elliot stands, still delivers. One on the site. Bomb retrieved. He's got to think this one through. The descent to the low site is held. He cuts noise and hopes Forrester falls into paranoia. This fight will come to him eventually. Just at the right time. When you say AW, please.
And you pray that you have some kind teammates. Elian almost hits the shot on the jump right there. Glaive needs to be praying.
Oh, he's never considering this. Yeah, tucked in, tight, baited in. And Nickelback does eventually deal with Glaive. Body shots, and now one to his head puts us on a back foot for the Entropiq defense.
So there was an opener from Zipex during all of this.
And this is very typical of a Orpuk summoned to the top side. With the door blown off, it does kind of completely screw any progress out Squeak.
This is the same pause that they've been going for time and time again here, Astralis. This time without the same yard presence, but they're waiting for this Forrester hut push. Look at Zipex's position. He should have him dead to rights here.
Wow, Forrester, well drilled. To be jiggling the upper platform of lobby. And they are waiting for this crawl. Now, Elian, if he's crouching, he will expose himself first.
Oh, Farley's just slinked out of the line of sight here.
But that means they've got a lot of lobby control, and Blame nearly gets caught as well. They've got a good mental picture as to where some of the Astralis T-side lingers, and now he's bringing the AWP to play. Bang! Blame ready for the AWPer. Out-duels him and now extends a two-man advantage.
Have to deal with Forrester. He's been a rock.
He really has. I'd want to avoid him. Don't think Astralis are thinking the same. With 20 seconds, it's getting awkward. If Forrester...
Go lower, they're going to go into Lackey. They have to go A.
It's tight. It shouldn't be too much of a fight. Forrester, the only one on the site. Still gets the first. The second would have been compulsory to... Lackey's still posted up for this. He knows they had lobby. Will he ever consider left? No, not at all. And that's lovely.
Should be the round. Should be done. 18 seconds left. How do you get into this?
You can try. Elian will deny. And just like that, another round slinks the way of Entropiq. Farley does have time to at least throw some extra cash into the mix.
No utility right now. So the thing is, when Elian drops towards lower, he can set up a nice crossfire, right? You can see this crossfire established right here. There's no smoke, nothing to be too jarring. They're going to have to hit the shots on entry here, Astralis.
Elian will have his first shot, but he's been warded off. That light util you mentioned becomes a problem now. The AWP will keep us caged. Never mind, Farley with just the deagle takes down the most expensive gun in the game, and he's got a second as well. Forrester trying to voice concerns and has done so. Pieces together a double of his own. But now the bomb is down, and so is Glaive. Crad finds himself a little bit of space and just falling apart. Falling up.
30 in the grave.
Yeah, and now he's just completely teleported. Elian just put his name in the feed. Now he wants to punish any yard funny business. Nickelback tucked in. This is an alternative to giving them the space.
Gonna shoot him in the back here.
Glaive.
Or not.
Switched on. He knows that hidey hole. They can recover this. This is a big round for Astralis, considering, as you discussed, the investment, the full investment. Suboptimal, but problems extended now.
I think Forrester had the angle there through the grate. Glaive didn't have it on the way back, and Config with a chance, but this one has gone awry. Lackey, big shot, and problem solved again. This is great from Entropiq here. Looking likely to get their 9th.
Farley's been giving us something to talk about, and in fact, never mind. Combined with the Zipex and the bomb now spotted, they are going to get the rotates. Oh, wow. Forrester brings some aggression into the mix. He is switched on today, Chad. What a reaction, exploiting the expectation.
And a crazy play as well in a 2-on-2. right, to go for that. If that didn't stick and he gives up the kill right there and Farley was expecting that type of a push, it's going to put Crad in such an awkward position. But again, Zipex, this would be the time to pull out one of your classic clutches, my friend.
Forrester going to deny the key to the clutch. Far too switched on today. Good nade. Forces him off the bomb, plays the time, and now they can run him down together. He just has to accept his fate. They have the weapon advantage again.
Setting up for a top pop here. So Molly towards top hut. They have a second that can go back of sight, maybe even one for CT Ven. Here we go.
Forrester, this is his domain, but it's getting a bit of a problem now. They're so good with the util, and just like that, Glaive has opened up the top side.
To close this.
Can't. Alien loses it. Weapons on the floor.
It's
en masse. Nade does look promising, but evaded nicely. Config traverses and throws one back. And just like that, they are sent packing as they could just find an opener here. And just like that, as I say it, Crad gone. More to come. Glaive has taken the fight. Lackey low, and just his retreat not sprayed, not punished. And Nickelback is there to ensure the hunt is not successful. Just playing the edge of the smokes, you can see Config is in pursuit of an opening. He's been given the freedom, let off the leash. But Nickelback's barrel betrays him. Config enables his team to once again seize the advantage and extend it immediately as Blame does walk into the site, gets information. Forrester still lies on the rafters. Config will have to be prepared for that heaven fight. Zipex lands one through the beam. He's not going to anticipate an AWP, doesn't seem to matter. And now Forrester, he's been great, but it's the last round. We get to see him play it out. He won't be expecting Zip. Oh, but it confirms that he has left. And Farley, bit of a race against the clock here.
Forrester's chasing him here.
No, back up the vents. We're going around the world, up and down. It's the right move. It's the right move to make.
Forrester's gone back towards heaven. He's read this one as well.
They're staring at him. Jiggle and execute. Bullets as a defensive option. Quick. Really quick. 1xBet agrees Astralis her favorite. Config makes that clear, but Lackey, oh, he does better. 2 for the price of 1 and a bomb plant? Fake. Needs to Glaive straight through the smoke. Okay, never mind. Crosshair placement supreme.
And the fake as well. How does Glaive hit that one? Forrester going to be scratching his head, but they're in towards B.
This is good.
Have a smoke on Alien here for late as well.
And Zipex already makes his presence known. Bomb planted.
It's the one way.
Don't want to be peeking too much around that one. This gets awkward though. No kit for Astralis. If they can find it back now, as Lackey looks the wrong way. They can play the numbers game. Nickelback so low. I'm looking at Alien. That P250 has to bang and has found one head whittled away with 33 HP. Poor old Nickelback. He was last seen decon. It is a 10-second defuse. If he could somehow play with this door and find a quick head, but they've thrown the wall of smokes and Blame's seen nothing. So they will be battening up. Yeah, 3 here on the top side to defend. They charge through, looking for that fight on heaven. An impact made. They will have to find them, but the frags go in the Entropiq's way. In buckets and spades, Config disrupts though. Could have strung together.
The Astralis side.
Oh, it's quick again, and Zipex makes that M4 sing immediately. Glaive's D good for 1 as well, but they have taken the top site. Lobby defended well as well. There's more. Do they really clear out Blame? The answer is yes.
Having a good game, Alien.
Finally up in heaven. Not going to be easy, especially now the Flames will force his hand to retreat, and Zipex is taking a beating as well. Tries to deny, just find that Hail Mary. Glaive managed it already, and now I dare I say it's probably the same case for Zip.
Yeah, they should save this, right? Don't give up the M4. Just hold on to it. See if...
And lovely hut molly provided, at least for the hut side. Nickelback swings through, and Config good for the first and the second. He's built himself around, and Alien is his 3rd victim. 1 mag, 3 frags. Up to Crad. Not looking too healthy about it. Config does give him the jewel he wanted, and somehow Config lives on, wants to finish the job right now, and his greed does get the best of him.
It still fall apart here. I know it's a 2-on-3, which was a 2-on-4 situation, but it is Crad and Lackey, and Lackey has a forward position right now towards ramp. Could catch Zip offline here.
Yeah, he is just on the fade. Zipex, ooh, 1 shot.
Can't repeat that now. Has to give up the territory, which means B is open. Someone has to respond. I think Farley might duck down secret to deal with this. You can see him starting to rotate under now. Glaive up towards the top site. And they are going to finish towards B.
0 util. I think we both had the same thought. Single flashbang. And so this will just have to be positioning and reads. Can they catch? Oh, he does catch a perfect glimpse just as Crad looked away. Near impossible now. He knows a planet would be very beneficial in the grand scheme.
Gets it down.
Yeah, just like that. Anything else for Lackeys? Forrester isn't given the time. No one is responsible of looking at ramp. Alien completely booked. The frags come in. Entropiq throwing themselves forward and just being met by hot lead. Only the one back. Good frags found from the Astralis topside hold, and what looked so promising and so threatening is now just Forrester, and he's been held.
Oh,
sprayed through the floorboards.
I could get away with that. Blame is very scared on that low HP. Another kill here would be nice from Entropiq. Remember, the cash, it was flowing. They can go for another buy next round. 1900 loss bonus. It should be just enough to get everybody across the line. They can just park the bomb here behind red and crossing drive.
Just going, and I guess if you hit the headshot, mission not a problem. I was going to say not accomplished. Farley missed his chance. Glaive dancing the dance, but he's losing teammates, needs both. Crad 22 and now has to retreat. The smoke is good enough though. That will keep him guessing. Could they still be low sight as it looks like they... Oops. Want to return.
Yeah, this is a little bit of overthought here. They did a top fake to draw the rotation. They got everything they were looking for. Now they've gone lower, and now they're denied by this smoke. They're out of utility. There's only a smoke and a flash remaining right here. Sure, they have the number advantage, but 40 seconds on the clock, and maybe, just maybe, Astralis can start piecing this one together. Farley's aggressive over towards the ramp room. You've already got the player of Glaive still down towards the lower side, calling sector clear. And Zip, it would be the next to respond to that. He's calling yard clear, so they can start piecing this puzzle together quite quickly.
I hate to see victims of overthinking. But Glaive is about to punish them. Nice finish onto Crad.
Get away here.
The nade is to slow the advance. He knows he's going to be hunted.
Vent to top.
Vent to top? Okay, well, lobby for Farley. Heaven to be occupied. They have to plant now. Who's responsible? Elliot needs this, but nice shot. Bomb can go down. It can be denied. Need that from Forrester. Bomb does go down, and now the recovery's on. 13, a frag away. It's Glaive. 2 already to the good. Half health and advancing up that ladder undetected. Missed the heaven smoke. Imagine if that's the punishment.
The best call here for Glaive is save.
He wants to have a look, but he's hiding in his own smoke. Elian is hiding in his own smoke. He landed on top of him. Okay. AK. No kit. Oh, no. Kit and frag. Oh, no, they let it slip. Glaive goes on to win the clutch.
Here, Molly dropped. That'll slow the progress. Zip's the one actually peering over and sees nobody home. It's all the ruse again, and they've already been beaten by this. The yard smokes into a top pop, and it comes again.
Config ready to take at least one, but they are charging. Glaive needs another, and it's Forrester that's gone down. He's usually the heavy hitter. Crad, half health from Glaive's spray. 7 bullets in the mag as he looks for another and delivers it as well. Oh, he's doing it again. Oh my God, no, he's doing more. Blame, he wants to win the round right here, and he very well could. Double kill out of Blame F. Disappears again, and the round already ringing in Entropiq's ears as their face flush and swell on the brow. This looks like 14 for Astralis and Entropiq. They have been dead silent now for 6, nearly 7 rounds.
This is the Astralis that we watched throughout the group stage, that were just taking these unbridled aggressive duels, and this time it's through Blame F and just pushing on through. They're starting to take their fights now, the Danes.
How annoying it must be to play against Blame F, because now he just disappears like a magician. A smoke bomb. Not going to make the same mistake of an overly deep smoke this time. Forrester's trying to tip the scales back in their favor.
Yeah, that Zip swing up heaven, right? That's on a timing that Forrester's going to get caught there. His toes spotted as he's trying to jiggle and clear out close. So do you save again? I feel that maybe, just maybe, that's the discussion coming on through, and you can hold on to these weapons for as long as you want, but look at what they have on their side. It's just flashes, right? If they don't go down here and they just hold on to the AKs, they can't reinvest anything. Their teammates are the ones who are going to have to get Galils with utility again, as 3,400 is not enough for those AK-47s. Nickelback saved a little bit extra. I don't think you need to hunt, right? Like, if you're Astralis at this point, it's like, okay, let them have the AKs. It's fine. Like, the rest will have Galils. It's all good. They're not going to get any loss bonus here. Config's having a look.
He just wants to leave him on a goose egg. Could even happen after time if you're not careful.
It's a fragile point of the game still, right? If one round goes against Astralis, then their finances will start to come into question. But with
point at something quite direct, could do. Looks like Nickelback is at least posturing for something very quick, but the spray is completely shattering their attack. in 3 frags and make it even more so. They throw more bodies into the problem. Forrester and Elian up against 2 after that frag. Forrester is traded, but so quickly thrown into a very uncomfortable clutch is Elian.
This would be a massive clutch. Blame actually took significant damage there in the fight with Forrester. So there's an opportunity, and the fact that Farley has the AWP,
and he's committed to the top side.
Yeah, so maybe don't even worry about Elian's health points at this moment. If he gets a head-to-head fight and Farley misses, or just walks on into the crosshair. Timing just.
Oh my god, he has no idea. Farley was so close to death. They come as a pack. Elian going round. But the bomb still does eventually have to be retrieved, and finding Astralis may be the hardest part of this clutch.
If he goes up heaven, he has to make an audible to drop. He's hoping to catch a player in the back right here. They're so far away that they shouldn't hear him fall. If he just slides on down, might be able to start working his way back in towards lobby. But look where Blame is, tucked in towards Trophy. Farley deep within Squeaky. These are fortified positions right now, and they know that the bomb just sits right on the cusp of the Squeaky door.
Yeah, Farley is not known to miss these. To be, they've got to break through. Elian is playing around red and is the past tense, forced by Blamed. Another double for Astralis in the opening. Missed main smoke, it gets worse. Forrester need to find Glaive and has done so. 27 and counting. He's doing everything he can for the squad here. He hasn't been cleared. He hasn't been cleared. Crad, the bodyguard, and now perhaps more to be done. 2v2. Made 2v1. Crad swings out and punishes Zipex to swing in as well, and there's a 30. Fist bumps exchange. Better buy. If they can avoid a double casualty in the opening 30 seconds, that certainly would go a long way as well. Crad's the one to put Ramp on notice. Zipex caught straight through the smoke. That will open up an avenue and force a rotate. Who to acknowledge it's Farley. That does mean one less presence here as they head towards Blame's yard. Tucked in the smoke, he wants to try and catch a little sound cue, a little glimmer. Like he does, a toe exposed and another opening for Entropiq. Glaive can try and tip the odds here. Baited on the shadow. Lackey has an opportunity, and with the Galil no less, he has posted a second. Entropiq, out of absolutely nothing, have managed to post the 14th here. And just jumping straight into Config punishes his hunt. It's Farley in a 1 versus 5 that is incredibly stacked against him. The bomb will be planted, and he gets to play the save game. 1. Forrester, he's been so good. A very prized scalp to take, and again, he gets himself down the vents. Astralis have handled this well before. Sound cues are required. Will it be glass? There's a lot of moving pieces now as they adjust. There's the broken glass. Zipex confirms his presence. He's got to deal with that, and towards Ramp.
Blame's coming. Blame's here. He has to be the hero.
He really does. He's got one of the few rifles. He does go anti, but from behind, Forrester takes him down. Zip, so much to deal with.
Gotta get away.
But he does recover a rifle. He is responsible entirely for this low site. Elian containing that lobby aggression. This can go either way. It is teetering. With 60 seconds left, the answer of a 16-14 or OT, it still hangs in the balance.
If Farley can get up secret quick enough, he can help lock down main here. He can call yard clear. That means that Glaive and Config have to know this is coming.
Config's in a very powerful position. You see this work so well for Jax of G2. Usually good for 1, guaranteed. If they come through Squeak, it's even better.
Back to Ramp. The doubt here.
Okay.
They've just parked Crad, hoping for a reaggress. Nobody's pushed so far. They've still got a couple of smokes to go down towards B. They could smoke off single or double. Zip is playing in the back of the site. They can't molly him out of position here. He can stand and delay, but needs to hit some absolute scorches of shots.
Bomb plant is a huge leg up, but you have to get to the site. Zipex stands to deliver 1. Slowing them, rotates fast, 15 seconds. Astralis, they just need to delay. And they are. The frags come in. Entropiq second guessing themselves and falling flat at the mark on the finish line. 16 is secure.